Hey, this is the Inglis man of EB Inglis Music, and welcome to another Studio Talk vlog. Today will be the last video on the SA 90% or the 90% SA Music Quota that was implemented by the SABC a little over a year now. And this last video, I needed to think really long and hard about it. I told you in the last video that I want you to look at this episode with an open mind and really have a look at ourselves as music makers. I'm talking to you now not as somebody that's just in radio. I'm talking to you now as a fellow music maker, because I've been where you are, sitting right now, a frustrated figure as to why we're not maybe getting enough support, why we're not getting support from radio, from the industries, from South Africa in general, our hometown, Cape Town, Joburg, Durban, wherever you're from in South Africa watching this video right now. I've been where you are, but also I've learnt a lot of things over these years, and I've grown up and I've matured a little bit to gain a little bit more self-awareness as a music maker. Now, it doesn't matter if we have 50%, 30%, 90%, or even 100% SA Music Quota across all radio stations. The reason being is because I don't think the real issue is the amount of South African music being played on radio. A problem that a lot of us music makers have is we expect, after we spent time making our music, to walk up to a radio station and to give our music and expect it to be played automatically just because we are South African. Unfortunately, the world doesn't work that way. We need to stop looking at the world, and especially the music industry, as how we want it to be and how it is. Let me use an example. If I look at a group of women and I ask them, are you into guys or girls? And we have a group out of them that say, well, we into guys. And I walk up to them and say, well, I think, and I choose one and I say, you need to date me because I'm a guy. She's going to say, well, it doesn't work that way. I'm saying, well, you said you're into guys and I'm a guy, you need to date me. And she'll say, like, but I'm not attracted to you. And that is the underlying issue. I can't force her to date me, to fall in love with me, to marry me, to be with me. And I'll ask her why, and she'll probably say, well, I just don't do it for her. And if we look at our music in this way, then it's kind of the same thing. We can't expect people to support us just because we are South African. Remember, quite a few episodes ago, I asked you whether or not there is such a thing as a good or a bad song. And there isn't such a thing as a bad song, just good or not so good resonators. If your song is not resonating with people, it doesn't matter how you dress it up, or how you sell it, or how much you sell it, or how much budget you've put into it. If people are not relating or not resonating with it and they're not relating to the music, they're just not going to buy into it. They don't care whether or not you've broken up with somebody and you've poured your heart and soul into the music in order to release it. They don't care how much time you spent on it, whether it's 10 minutes or 10 years. They don't care. We need to start, when you're in the process of creating your music, yes, you can be creative, you can pour your heart and soul into it. And if it was just about the love of music, you would be happy just making music. But once you release it, and once you're expecting to make a living from it, once you're expecting recognition from it, you've entered a different realm. You're outside of just music. Now you're in the music business. And the operative word being business. And once you enter that realm, then all the other aspects about business start to apply. Your song doesn't become a song anymore. It becomes a product. It doesn't become your song anymore. It becomes the people's song. If you watch previous interviews with Ed Sheeran, he will tell you that's something that he's had to learn. That it doesn't become your song anymore. It doesn't matter anymore what the song means to you, and what it means to the people consuming the song. How does it make them feel? What emotion does it bring out for them? You'll say that it's their wedding song, it's their breakup song, it's their song that reminds them of a certain time in their lives. It doesn't become yours anymore. We become overly romantic about our own songs when it just becomes a product. And if people don't like it, there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. And brands, commercials, the commercial industry, radio stations, they only get behind a song that's going to resonate with a lot of people. They get behind brands and products that are generating a lot of attention. That's what it is, simply. And we, as music makers, we need to realize that. We need to start distancing ourselves. Once that song goes out there, we need to start distancing ourselves. And we need to start looking at it for what it is. What if it's not radio stations that's not supporting us? What if it's not people that's not supporting us? What if it is actually just us and our music, and that's not resonating with people? I think our problem is that we want the attention of the masses, we want the fortune, and we want the fame. Whereas if it was just about the music, as we claim, then we would be happy just making the music. And we need to start making that difference. I'm not saying you need to change the kind of music. I'm not saying you need to dumb yourself down. Make the music that you want to make. Somebody's going to like it, but you have absolutely no control over how many people like it. So rather have a loyal following of 100 or 1,000 people than try and chase the attention or the love of the masses and millions out there who will turn on you in a second. That is what we need to realize. It goes far beyond this 90%. So we need to look very deeply, and we need to look inside ourselves to start just working hard. Stop blaming others. Just work hard. Put in the time, put in the work, and just continue making music. If you're talented at what you do, if you're good at what you do, the cream will eventually rise to the top. Please give me a thumbs up. You can see that I'm very passionate about this, so I'm hoping that you give me a thumbs up. Please share this with those that need to see this and hear this. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next Studio Talk vlog.
Ooh, it's the Inglis man.